Please subscribe Car News. The base Mazda 6 Sport does exclude cell phone availability like Apple CarPlay, so start your shopping with the well-prepared touring model. The 2020 Mazda 6 is a champion among vehicles during a time when less individuals are getting them consistently. For its head-turning style, sharp driving elements, and incredible worth, we give it 6.7 out of 10 generally speaking. For 2020, the 6 remains generally unaltered with the exception of another key dandy. It's accessible in Sport, Touring, Grand Touring, and Grand Touring Reserve appearance. Styling is emotional, however the Mazda 6 might be the one car that is equitably attractive regardless of what direction you take a gander at it. The swoopy lines, wide grille underscoring the headlights, and tall, decreased backside cut a smooth profile, and the inside is among our top picks from non-extravagance brands. Luxurious signature trim models include genuine wood, fine calfskin, and amazing tech like a shading head-up show for a close premium involvement with a progressively satisfactory cost. Controlled by a 2.5-liter inline-4 with 187 pull and a 6-speed programmed transmission, the base Mazda 6 isn't a horse shelter burner, however with a 250 horsepower turbo rendition of a similar motor as a choice, this vehicle better satisfies its lively family. Front-wheel drive is standard and the main decision, however we'd value an all-wheel drive choice like the littler Mazda 3 has even begun to offer. 4 grown-ups fit easily, and the storage compartment is normal if not somewhat little, however split collapsing back seats help increment common sense. This is a vehicle all things considered, so don't expect the utility that a hybrid SUV gives. While dealing with and ride quality is heavenly, the 6 is marginally noisier inside than certain contenders. A 8.0-inch touchscreen infotainment framework with a dial controller is standard, as are 2 USB inputs, Bluetooth, double-zone atmosphere control, 17-inch combination wheels, and that's just the beginning. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto require venturing up one trim from the Sport to the Touring, be that as it may. In an inexorably well-known move, Mazda made all dynamic security innovation standard a year ago, including programmed crisis slowing down, dynamic path control, vulnerable side screens, and versatile journey control. Combined with grant-winning accident test scores, this makes for perhaps the most secure car out and about. Mileage is tolerable at 29 miles per gallon joined, 26 miles per gallon in the event that you pick a turbocharged model, and the 6 territories from $24,920 for the Sport trim including Gold charge to $36,220 for the Signature model. The 2020 Mazda 6 is a standout amongst other looking standard vehicles out and about, full stop. For the two its outside styling and inside look, we give it 8 out of 10. The Mazda 6 has a critical shape, and not only for a family vehicle. There's apparently not a straight line anyplace on this plan, and it works. A sharp grille that underscores the headlights, solid character lines down the side, and a tall, decreasing backside make for an attractive car regardless of the point. The inside is a comparative story, mixing basic character lines with fine materials and the perfect measure of differentiating accent subtleties. In top-level signature trim, it's about deserving of a genuine extravagance identification, something that can't be said for most medium-sized vehicles. A couple of inline-4 motors take care of business for the 2020 Mazda 6, however all-wheel drive would be an invite expansion to the exhibition alternatives list. In any case, it's insufficient of an oversight to ruin incredible ride and dealing with qualities. The Mazda 6 gets a 6 for execution, natch. Mazda vehicles have gained notoriety for connecting with taking care of and great execution. The 6 is no special case, yet the base motor is a rest. A 2.5-liter inline-4 is standard and makes 187 strength and 186 pound-feet through the front wheels by means of a 6-speed programmed transmission. It's somewhat underpowered for our preferring, however Mazda will redesign you to a turbocharged adaptation with 250 horsepower, on premium fuel, just by choosing the Grand Touring trim or above. We'd readily pay more for the noteworthy knock-in capacity to oblige the 6 is dealing with, which is notably better than normal. Standard torque vectoring makes turn-in immediate and easy, and the ride is sufficiently firm to be responsive yet created enough on lengthy drives to be agreeable. Maybe the main negative mark in this class is that the 6 isn't as peaceful inside as certain contenders, yet we figure it's great enough that most wouldn't fret. A moderate-sized car ought to have the option to complete two things: fit 4 grown-ups serenely and convey 7 days excursion worth of baggage. The 2020 Mazda 6 achieves both, however not just to certain contenders. We give it a 6 for solace and utility. We'll begin with the useful for the 6's inside. It's trendy, material quality is acceptable whether you have fabric at the base of the range or fine cowhide at the top, and the back seat is agreeable for normal size grown-ups. The 6 estimates 191.5 inches long in general, with 111.4 creeps of wheelbase. Back travelers have 38.7 crawls of extra space to move around. The not all that great discredits this current car's test to the present hybrids, nonetheless, as the seats are simply alright, and the storage compartment is fit for holding simply 14.7 cubic feet of stuff, not exactly some conservative vehicles. Split collapsing back seats help the common sense score, yet this simply isn't as adaptable as a SUV. Top-level signature models incorporate delicate Napa cowhide, fake softened cowhide entryway boards, and genuine wood trim. It's a persuading extravagance vehicle impression, regardless of whether closer examination uncovers a marginally more slender feel than genuine premium contributions. We'd stay with the touring model for its engineered calfskin inside an extraordinary worth, be that as it may. The 2020 Mazda 6 gets high recognition from crash test organizations and incorporates all dynamic security innovation as standard hardware. We give it 9 out of 10. In all accident tests, however, front traveler and rollover, the Mazda 6 gets 5 stars from the NHTSA, just as a choice by and large score. The FS appears to concur, giving a year ago's model acceptable results all around and the vaunted top safety pick plus grant, however has a few misgivings with base model headlights. Following the pattern set by Toyota, Nissan, and others, Mazda makes all dynamic security highlights, including programmed crisis slowing down, dynamic path control, versatile voyage control, and vulnerable side screens, standard on all variants of the 6. Higher trim models are accessible with a shading head-up show that helps keep your eyes out and about and off the to some degree annoying infotainment screen. Accessible in 5 trim levels: Sport, Touring, Grand Touring Reserve, and Signature, the Mazda 6 territories from under $25,000 to more than $35,000 at the highest point of the range, counting a required gold charge. We give it 6 out of 10 here, as the base model misses a key element or two, however the Mazda 6 incorporates a decent touchscreen. At $24,920, the base sport model accompanies 17-inch compound wheels, material upholstery, a full suite of dynamic well-being highlights, 2 USB ports, double-zone atmosphere control, push-button start, programmed high-pillar LED headlights, and a 8.0-inch touchscreen infotainment framework with Bluetooth and a dial controller. We'd start our shopping with the touring model, which costs $27,520 however tosses an engineered cowhide, warmed front seats, a Force driver's seat, a Force moonroof, 19-inch wheels, 2 back USB charging ports, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto coordination. Terrific touring models will interfere with you. $30,620 however accompany the more remarkable turbocharged motor just as Bose sound, satellite radio, an auto-diminishing rear-view reflect, warm side mirrors, and door shifters. The Grand Touring Reserve trim increases a shading head-up show, calfskin upholstery, power front seats with warming and cooling, warmed back seats, a warmed controlling wheel, power collapsing mirrors, and glitzier styling emphasizes for $33,120. At last, the signature model does its best extravagance vehicle pantomime with Napa calfskin, wood trim, false softened cowhide highlights, a 7.0-inch computerized checkpunch show, satellite route, and an Encompass C camera framework for $36,220. Pleasant as these highlights seem to be, we don't know they're worth the $8,700 premium over the touring model. It ought to be referenced that Mazda's infotainment framework is among our least top picks to work, either through its awkward dial controller or with your fingers. We suggest utilizing Apple CarPlay or Android Auto however much as could reasonably be expected to sidestep it. The 2020 Mazda 6 is sensibly productive, more so in base variants than in those with turbo power. It's a 5 for gas mileage. Game and touring models win EPA evaluations of 26 miles per gallon city, 35 parkway, 29 consolidated, strong figures for an average size car. Adding a turbocharger to the blend on the Grand Touring model or more drops those numbers to 23/31/26 of a mile per gallon, and you'll need premium fuel to get an additional 25 strength out of this punchy discretionary motor.